My son said he was out there.
Alright, my video's live, so it's going to be on the link and share it. Chris McLaw. Evan, can you link Chris?
What's going on?
The video's live. Can you link?
Is it on Facebook?
YouTube.
Send him the link.
Yeah, Articulated Coins, YouTube.
What's her channel? Oh, Articulated Points. I might.
Chill.
Yeah, right.
Okay, I sent it to him. Sorry guys, give me a little tight. Sorry guys. That doesn't look like a fan from here. That doesn't look like a fan from here. She might want to stop filming. She's holding up some objects.
Wheelchair is going down again.
Good afternoon, everyone. Today's Saturday. It's the best day of Comic-Con, right? All we ask is for you to be respectful. We'll hold up a sign, have you come line up right up here. I will ask you about your questions and just have a good time.
What?
Mike's being turned off, question mark? Otherwise, we can yell.
Yojo.
Yo-Joe. Alright, this seems like a good place to start. So, hi everybody, and welcome to our second ever live G.I. Joe classified series. Alright, so we are. Anyway, you are. So I have a really good time looking on the internet for G.I. Joe themed gifts for this panel. It's a pastime. You should see, so when we do shows from our live streaming studio, we don't really do like actual scripts anymore. I just put together PowerPoint presentations with like bullet points for the voice so that they don't get like lost in what my crazy train of thought is. And the goal
Get lost.
So the goal is always to throw weird enough gifts in there where they break on camera and they start laughing, which I have done a couple of times. There's a really good Transformers one where if you've seen it, you know what I'm talking about. But it's good. Anyway, that was already a tangent. If you listen to any of our live streams, you know that we are talkers. We are enthusiastic talkers, and we tend to go on some tangents. So look forward to those. What I will say is we have not rehearsed this panel together, but in the interest of time, gentlemen, if we can keep our comments succinct so that we can keep rolling along, there is a super solid chance we won't get to Q&A, but we're going to try our darndest. There's a chance. All right, so, and I like to have people know what they're getting into, so we're going to get to know your hosts. We're going to start with some name-only reveals, so this cadence should look really familiar to those of you who've seen our live streams. We're going to do some digital render reveals, and then we're going to get to some pre-orders. Maybe we'll have a magical surprise, TBD, and then if we have time, we'll do some Q&A. Sound good?
Yep.
All right, so get to know your hosts. Here is us in a picture that's featuring Larry Hama, who is a very nice human who will not be at the panel. This was such a nice picture of us that I couldn't not use it. So, for those of you who don't know who we are, hi, my name is Emily. I work on the marketing team at Hasbro, and I am joined by...
I'm Lenny, product designer on G.I.Joe Classified.
John Gordon, I'm the design director. I've worked on G.I.Joe for a long time, so you guys might remember me from Modern Era back in the day. So this is my second tour.
And I'm Tony, I'm the master model artist on G.I.Joe Classified.
And I'm pretty sure when I made this deck, I did not make us any transition slides. I just jumped right into what we were doing. So I'm pretty sure our very first name-only reveal is going to come up as soon as I hit the button. Is it right? Yes. All right. So first up, we have anyone want to say any kind words about welcoming Jinx and her awesome all-red outfit to Classified series?
She's going to be awesome.
Those are
I
words.
don't know how much we should reveal.
No, I think it's mostly, so think about name-only reveals as just like giving a 10-second highlight of what you're excited about.
We are very excited to have
Closer to the mic.
the iconic Jinx female ninja G.I. Joe, G.I. Joe character to the line. She's going to be awesome. We're really excited. She's a brand new sculpt. She's doing some really cool accessories that really play out the fantasy of who she is and what kind of stars. So stay tuned.
It's also worth noting, Lenny, that you did an excellent job bringing to life her rendition as seen in the classic G.I. Joe the movie.
Oh, cool. Sweet.
Excellent. All right. So, second name only reveal. reveal that some of the people in this, we'll see how much of a surprise this is for the panelists today.
Yes, yes.
He was a must-do, and we're very excited to get him in there. He looks absolutely ridiculous. I cannot wait to share him with everybody else. The flames are a little special treat.
And this one's kind of an exciting one coming up. So we're doing an SMS and a Techno Viper. So remember how back in the day when we were doing the His Tank campaign, which feels like it was like literally forever ago,
Yeah.
and we made some reference to the tow hook on the back of the His Tank, we politely refer to that as future proofing. And so congratulations, there will now be an SMS to tow behind your His Tank or stand alone.
A lot of cool accessories. It's got some cool articulation. It's got different modes. So I just can't wait to share it.
Yeah.
And if you notice the small spoiler in our booth, the fire team has a fourth member on that wall. So you guys are already picking up on that. Kudos to you.
No. You know we love Easter eggs. That was on purpose.
that was on
Much like
purpose.
every Easter egg we ever do on the G.I. Joe team. We call them Easter eggs, not whoops spoilers.
They're all
Code name Wing It.
Yeah, and Lenny sure seeked the heat, so to speak.
And
Some people got that.
so the next page is also going to jump right into our next reveals because again, I did not do transition pages.
It's succinct.
It's fine, we're getting to it. But wait, there's more.
Yes.
Retro
Yes.
Right now, I actually was like, Emily, can we show him? But we are
two.
not.
We have a cadence.
You guys see this stuff,
Yeah.
but I'm very excited about it. As a figure, I want to do this version of him for a very long time. So personally, I'm just
It's gonna be good. And if you're excited about Retro Duke, speaking of things that give Easter egg along the way, I bet you're gonna be real excited about Retro Scarlet.
I have to say, I'm even biased, right? These are all my little babies. But like,
Wait, is she your favorite?
she's actually, for real, Scarlett was one of my favorite characters as a kid, and she still is. So hopefully we did her justice, and I think we did. So
I think you did, and I like to think it's a special birthday surprise for Augie and Junior out there.
Yeah. And then, so we have, one of the things that we like to do is we're always kind of tapping into what fan sentiment is and kind of what people are looking for and what they're going to be excited about. And we have heard you loud and clear when you say that you want vehicles in the classified series line that are not necessarily HasLab level vehicles. So on that note, we are happy to announce that coming up in 2024, we will be doing a van.
Yes. Yes.
It's pretty ridiculous. There's a lot going on with it, a lot of removable parts. We're at a really far stage of it. Just can't show it yet. Maybe we can show it yet. But
I think, you know, as the senior member here, I think maybe I could flip some switches.
okay.
We'll see what we can make happen. So anyways, we are very, very excited. So these are our 6 name-only reveals for the panel. So in the, again, tradition of me not doing a transition slide, we are going to jump straight into our digital render reveals. And we are going to start off the party with some Python Patrol.
Yep.
Cover it, sweet.
Nice.
So yeah, we wanted to get complicated into the Python Patrol line, Python Patrol, because it really rounds out the team. I think it was really, really good deck. Tony kind of nailed it on the colors. Put
Yeah,
that
you
wrap
like,
on that figure.
you like to test my patience with these paint masters and wrapping. That quilt around that man was brutal, so thanks for the week of paint.
And the schedule slips.
So then, continuing our Python Patrol theme, we have Cobra Officer.
Yep.
Nice, very nice.
So we get
It does.
boost the ranks, boost the ranks again. We're really trying to round up the collections. We're trying to build a role of play. We want you guys to have fire teams. We want you guys to have a true local team. So he was the must-have.
I like his knee pads. Is there a technical term for armored knee pads, or are they just knee pads?
Well, it's supposed to like throw off the ring.
It's not for rollerblading?
And for rollerblading.
Okay, perfect. As long as we
Actually, it's for rollerblading, and then you throw off the radar on your
Okay.
rollerblades.
And as a fun surprise, I have absolutely no recollection of the order in which I put the rest of these things in here. So there was some
You're a mad
question
woman.
there was some question with the team if we were like gonna save stuff or if we were just gonna throw a whole bunch of stuff at you today. We're just throwing a whole bunch of stuff at you today. So up next is Buster.
Yes. Yes.
We had to get to the dreadnoughts, and I hear you, I've been reading all the comments, and I'm like, I have to keep my mouth shut. But he's coming out awesome, we're really far along this figure, this is a digital render. He's super fun to do, really want to get across that like old ex-doctor vibe on him, I think it comes across on this guy. The slick back hair with the long ponytail was always iconic to me when I was a kid, so I think we kind of nailed it. And again, Tony, you always bring him to life, so.
Oh, yeah, thank you. Yeah, the face print we done him is pretty awesome. We gave him a little stubble and everything. But I love the post-apocalyptic battle axe that he made.
Oh yeah, that's actually like two buzzsaws cut in half and then blasted on the side of a kid's baseball bat.
Yeah. Specific.
Yeah.
He's a maker.
Yeah.
And actually, we updated his chainsaw, so it's powered by the chainsaw. Remember, we had a backpack back in the day, so we put it all into the actual chainsaw. I mean, we're looking at like longer chainsaws, so it's a little longer in the front, get a little more visceral with it. And it wasn't.
Perfect. All right, who's up next? It's Shockwave.
Yes.
Shockwave was a character. Tony and I were chatting about, we're going to put it this way, this way. And we said, you need to make Shockwave. Like, we absolutely do. And he was such an iconic character throughout a lot of different cartoon runs. And we're super excited to bring him in. The SWAT shield is such a cool addition. We love how we did the Alley Viper one. We pasted that thing in here. So you can see on there, he's taken out a couple of Cobras. So super fun. We also sculpted on some spotlights in the front of the shield. It's pretty cool. I think it's a nice touch.
And I think it's really cool that we brought back the name Shockwave, so our friends on the Transformers team were like,
Yeah.
cool with it. So it's a,
Pretty cool.
Yeah, and also to note that hat is removable.
Oh, yeah.
Which is super cool. And I think the old Deco scheme for Shockwave with the crazy triangle. I love the update that Lenny came up with here with the kind of more digital camo aspect. So cool, really cool update.
All right, who's next? Ooh, it's Helix.
She looks great.
Felix is one of those characters a little less known than the others, but she's kind of a fan favorite I've been finding out, and she was really fun to bring in. She's like the ultimate weapon kind of character. She does that whole like data fighting where she can like figure out how the fight's gonna go before it even starts. I really wanted to convey that on her arm. She's got this telemetry gauge that kind of helps her do that. And we gave her, you'll notice there's these like crazy looking blade things. Those are mantis blades. So she can put them on her arms, and you can put them on your other Joes too because they're flexible. So she has this kind of crazy, like cyberpunk looking battle mode, and it's kind of fun. So it worked really awesome. Yeah, super fun character.
All right, let's see. Ooh, it's hot.
Yeah.
We were working on Mr. Abernathy here. We were like, we need to make him look so World War II hero, and I think we kind of nailed it.
For sure. Yeah, he's a little distinguished. He's got a little touch of gray, just like us.
we all do.
And you got some really nice dry brush on that leather jacket. Some of those nice little paint details that we can put on there. Camo looks great. Super stoked for this guy.
And on this guy too, we did that little detail where we gave you two sets of goggles, one for his helmet, one for his head, because you know how goggles have the stretch on each figures. So really fun character, and we got the general.
Won't he just look so nice with your dragonfly?
Oh, he's not coming with
Color
it?
schemes look fabulous.
And as we've been mentioning, we kind of teased that he was coming. He will actually be arriving before your dragonfly, so he will be eagerly awaiting his ride at your house, which is it's fun. All right, and then up next we have got Ripper.
Yes.
So this is a really fun one, and you notice on the dreadnoughts, we kind of took the backpacks off and put it all into the weapon. The weapon is enormous on this guy. And actually, when you pull back on one, the other claw is going to open up, so it's got a mechanism inside, so they both open together. Super fun play. Is on his blaster rifle, it goes on his back as well, so you can store it. His glasses do come off. Also on Buzzer's glasses came off as well. We've got some Easter eggs on his eyes. They're nothing, it's something new. He didn't have it in the past. We want to play around and make it a little crazier looking, because you know the dreadnoughts, so that kind of out of our minds. They have super fun characters, nice sheets into his web gear. A lot of fun, a lot of storage, and Just loving the guy with a mohawk.
We hear you guys. You guys want more red knots, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and the face print again came out incredible. The little detail that we put in the eye and the technology is so good. You can get some really sweet, fine details in there. So I'm excited to see when you guys lift those knots up. What you
It's
guys
gonna be an
think.
eyeball tattoo.
Alright, let's see those.
Nice.
Okay, so
That's a new
to
band.
caveat this, so the Crimson Stripe team for this year, this is going to be our PulseCon exclusive convention item for PulseCon this year. So we're leaning hard into the Crimson.
Very hard.
I believe this is and correct me if I'm wrong, from a color shade situation.
Yeah.
But this Crimson matches all of the other Crimsons we've
All
been
the
doing
secret.
for the entire year.
Absolutely. It looks
Yep.
great to get on my shelf. I mean, when you guys get to it, it'll look
Yeah,
better on your
well, you know,
shelf.
your shelf too.
A lot going on with this pad too. The stands are all spray gold, so the luster's really good. Baroness has got 3 new heads, I think we gave her. We gave her this new upgraded kind of battle mask. The hair is all swappable, the glasses are swappable, her arms are brand new. It's really fun figure. You had to get the twins,
Yeah.
right? So we're pumped about it.
And the packaging is really unique on this one. So as you know, this was our kind of plastic-free packaging year on G.I. Joe. And so the challenge that we gave the team was, please create the coolest packaging you possibly can for our convention exclusive for the year, having it be plastic-free. You've seen the Chuckles packaging, it's in the booth, it looks great. So the idea is that we are tying together the story of Chuckles and the Crimson Stripe team within their packaging executions. And you'll get to see how that looks a little bit later, which is pretty cool. So I think now we are going to pre-orders, which we'll just knock right out. So this is a previously revealed item from our press breakfast. So this is our new Fire Team 788. So this is a 3-pack that is going to be a Hasbro Pulse exclusive that is basically created to be supplementary troop builders either for your HIS tank or just for your shelf. Like, they just look super cool. You do not have to be a HIS tank backer in order to purchase this item. This will be available to everyone on HasbroPulse.com. And then anybody in the room who is aware of pre-order cadence, is that a 5 p.m. tonight for pre-orders? Is there an exclusive window for Pulse Premium members? Great, so starting at 5 p.m. Eastern, 2 p.m. Pacific time, there will be a 1-hour window of exclusivity for Hasbro Pulse Premium members, and then at 3 o'clock Pacific, 6 o'clock Eastern time, it will be open for everyone on HasbroPulse.com. Did I do that right? Yeah, math is hard, but good.
She's probably the best at math on the planet.
I'm really good at Excel now.
And I have a degree in classical studies, so like, from a math perspective, I know I took a lot of Latin. And then shout out to our photographer, Matt Cohen, for just doing a phenomenal
Amazing.
job on all of the pictures that we're going to show you today. He has been having so much fun. That is actually our Dragonfly half-lap model that he managed to crop up and make it look like it had crash landed here in the desert.
I ran down to the photo studio to see if I broke it. I was like mad, and I was like,
Those photographers have a tendency to break all
they
so,
but Tony has to fix it.
Yeah.
but I do love that. I promise. Yeah, for sure.
All right, so next is a new item that we have not showed you before that will also be going up for pre-order on Hasbro Pulse starting at 2 p.m. Pacific time, 5 p.m. Eastern time with a 1-hour window of exclusivity for Pulse Premium members. That's right, it's Tripwire.
Yeah!
Tripwire was a must. We had to get Tripwire in line, so we kind of went all out. This Tripwire starts off, actually you're seeing his TAC 8 here. You can actually change his gear out to go a little more classic.
Great, there's more pictures. I
Well,
just
actually,
want
before we get into that, we're gonna talk about his rat.
the picture on the right is, I think, one of my favorites that Matt took of this, because so we have a group chat going for all the pictures while he's doing photography. And when he sent this one, the only comment on it was rat butt. It's so cute. So here, I'll click through a couple more of the pictures.
Oh, cool, his face.
As you can
That's
see
perfect.
here, and
Perfect.
to the right, he's wearing his TAC 6, which is a little closer looking to the original design. The collar does come off, so if you want to pose him out looking a little closer to original, you can. And then on the left is in his TAC 8, and you can really suit him up. I think I'm not speaking. But anyway, he's super fun. He comes with a bomb robot that can pick up the bombs that store into his backpack. So as he's kind of like using his mind to find them. So super, a lot of fun play, a lot of dress up play actually on this guy. And we're just through the moon to get him into the line, you know.
I think it's amazing too what Lenny does, where he's bridging the gap between modern fans, modern EOD technology, and type of equipment that the teams actually use, and then also paying homage to the classic. I think it's a perfect example of what we want to do in the future going forward with Classified as well.
And again, I feel like you guys like true builders, right? So with that heavy armor, you can really kind of make a squad for Tripwire to lead into the fusion. Whatever you feel.
And I believe we have one more picture that shows his robot friend. Aha, yeah, we did it.
Oh, yeah.
So the robot, the arm is articulated. So you can.
What's his name? McLeod? Was that the?
Our copywriter was coming up with some crazy names. They're cool, but I
Yeah,
don't.
it is. Everybody looked very definitively and say, yes, that is
Yes.
exactly what Mark intended for this copywriting. Emily knows what she's talking about.
That's his name. Yeah.
Perfect.
It's
Great.
Johnny
McLeod.
Five.
Got it. Nailed it.
It's not Johnny Five?
What's the rat's
I'm
name?
gonna get a text message from Mark like immediately. Be like, you
What-
said it wrong.
What's the rat's name?
Apsara. Yes.
Oh, she had a name?
Yes. He had this, no, I stopped myself. You see Whitney looking at me in the back corner. Thank you. Thanks, Aaron. That's our PR team who's going, don't you dare. So there's this beautiful backstory for everything that our copywriter Mark does that we have very extremely rudely forgotten in this moment. But I'll post it. It's new, so I'll post about it later. But just like he so very lovingly does all of this research into everything, and we get up here and kind of bumble through things that are like, look at this cute rat butt. So this is our friend Tripwire. Again, pre-orders open as a Hasbro Pulse exclusive item starting at 2 p.m. Pacific time today. A 1 hour window for Hasbro Pulse Premium members. At 3 p.m. Pacific time opens up to everybody. Okay, great news. Good job, us. Okay, so our next item is not going up for pre-order today, but I believe is going up for pre-order Monday, I want to say. 4 day? 24th. The 4th. 24th. Easy. He was holding up different numbers. I got confused. All right, so this is an item that is going up for pre-order on the 24th. It is a Fanmazon item. So that means that it'll be on Hasbro Pulse and then additionally on Amazon and on all of our fan channel, which is our like toy specialty retailers. So that will be our Steel Core Trooper 2-pack.
Oh, okay.
Beautiful. So you have seen some sneak peeks of the male Steel Core Trooper because he is currently in our Dragonfly front seat in our Dragonfly model, and he was used in some of the campaign pictures. Oh, just kidding, he's in Lenny's pocket.
I actually brought him on accident.
Okay, I have to ask, how did he end up in your pocket on accident, Lenny?
I found him on the front closet, and I almost bugged out that we were going to lose him or somebody was going to find him, so I put him in my pocket, and he's been in my pocket all day.
Perfect.
He's a little stowaway.
He's been protecting me.
Well, that's very nice of that. I appreciate that for you.
He's a gentleman.
Do you want to tell the nice people about what happens to the figures that they will not be finding on floors and putting in their pockets?
What do you mean?
Well, I mean, their figures are going to come in boxes in the mail. They're not going to just stumble.
Oh, you want me
on
to talk about the stuff that comes with it?
Yeah, talk about
Oh.
the stuffing. Because here, like, I'll even go to the next slide to give you a helpful hint.
So Matt did an amazing job realizing the story here, and like this kind of brings like our dreams to life. As toy designers, we're like, we're doing our dream job, making these crazy characters and stuff. And he did such a good job of like showing the training, and that's kind of how we envisioned the box to be. So what's really cool about these two is they come with a huge loadout. They come with a lot of weapons. Actually, their gear comes off to the shoulder pads come off. As you notice, he doesn't have his on. Now I'm talking about camera, right? And then the helmets come off too, and the reason for that is because you can swap the helmet out for a flight helmet. And then the blast effects go into the jetpack. So there's a lot of play in this pack, which we want to do. And on Troop Builders, we're trying to do that. We want you to be able to customize them a bit, move it around, have different loadouts on them. So I'm very excited about this pack. I think it's a really cool play pattern. And Yo, Joe.
And I feel like we've been getting, as Tony was mentioning earlier, like, we get a lot of feedback from people about how excited they are about troop builders and kind of being able to build out their own armies. And to have G.I. Joe, like, good guy troop builders is nice, because I feel like you get a lot of Cobra troop builders, and not a whole lot of, like,
I'm looking
troop
forward to
reps.
some of the photography the fans do, what those battles are gonna look like. Like, that's kind of one really big part, awesome part of the job is when we see what the photographers online are doing, so it inspires us to come up with cool ideas that we can put into the toy line too. So it's just like this awesome cycle of joy.
Yeah, and I think we might have one more picture of this, or I'm gonna skip to the next section. Oh no, we did have one more. So just to reiterate, this has one male and one female body figure. So there is an additional figure in this picture, but we thought that it looked really cool. We didn't want to not include it.
Yep.
So great. All right, so
Hopefully someone out there is gonna customize a 6-inch scale statue of Liberty and have all these guys fishing.
I mean, if you're not
Haslab.
6-inch scale.
Oh, next Hasbro is the Statue of Liberty.
Yeah.
Okay, great. Who do you think we have to ask for licensing rights to that?
America.
That was beautiful, but dude, that was a very quick response.
There's a cadence to these Comic Cons where I lose my voice by like the second day.
Did you do the
It helped me say, America.
All right, so now we have a couple of surprises for you that were not necessarily on the agenda, but we thought that, you know, we like you guys, so we wanted to do something that was a little bit fun. So great news, we actually have a Crimson Strike team package with us, so you will be able to see both the packaging and the figures first before anyone else, which I believe Tony has in that bag that I gave him. I sure hope so.
Pulling this baby out.
Yeah, pull that baby out. So the idea of the packaging, if you have seen Chuckles' packaging, Chuckles is stealing a briefcase from the Crimson Strike team, and this is that briefcase. So imagine, if you will, the slip cover on the outside is the pristine briefcase, and then the inside shows the briefcase after Chuckles has smacked his way out of their headquarters.
It's why his face is open.
It's scratched, it looks battered, there may be some blood smear on it, and then so
There's gold, too.
Inside,
It's not real though.
so inside we have the gold bars, and then on the other side are some Easter eggs with some file folders, and these are our 3 Crimson Strike team figures.
Did such a good job with the graphics on this. When they first showed us, you get transported into it. And I think on G.I. Joe Classified, what we're seeing is a lot of creatives having the ability to kind of dive into their craft with respect for the brand and then bring a newness to it. And I think they did such a good job, especially with that old print cover in there. It feels very posh as the twins and Baroness should. And it just, I think they knocked it out of the park. So excited to see the figures in there. And
Yeah, it's great. And Tony, now that I see this thing in person too, that Baroness has got like a nice candy apple treatment chrome on it too. It's cool.
I'm super impressed with our factory and how they delivered that. It's one thing to render it super polished and nice, but to see it, and Lenny works very hard with the vendor to get that quality to what the brand deserves, and it's evident in there. And I just love the storytelling that not only the photography but the packaging team does. With limited entertainment on G.I. Joe for now, we get storytelling through those photography through this package, so it kind of gives that brand a little bit more life.
You can see they're like on some kind of a Zoom call.
Zoom.
Okay, pass it around. Pass it around.
And then, so this will be on display in the booth after we get back. But, oh, no, shit. Sorry, I got one, that was it.
We give you a pass. We just.
Right? We all heard shoot.
I heard you.
Thank you, appreciate you all.
Everyone deep on 3.
Lenny, I have my son with me.
I'm so sorry.
He is such degenerates.
This is, gosh, I am just, oh man. All right, please Can you please distract the crowd for a second?
Oh, you already did that. Now you have to pass it around. See, now you have to.
The box has some of the crimson back paint on it. If you look at it, Tony, you mind spinning that thing around, buddy? The idea here is it's not exactly a comic book, it's a different play on the story. Chuckles actually finds out that the Crimson Strike Force is making their own bats. It's kind of like a little plane in here. He's on Cobra Island, and if you look at the Chuckles back, that little comic in there, it's a hotel on Cobra Island. So he's getting out of there, and he's kind of like bashing his way out as Chuckles does. And we kind of played it into this pack as well. That's why there's a lot of red paint. He's just using the suitcase was like a wrecking before. Super fun. And you can see actually the graphic is Chuckles kind of like walking away from them, and that's where they're screaming and yelling because now the rest of Cobra's going to find out that they're up to no good.
Oh, they're doing this behind the other guy's back?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Let's go, bro.
All right, so now we're back. What?
We did a good job.
No, you did a great job.
Oh.
See, they didn't even notice. Nobody noticed anything. All right, so great news. I realized what happened was that I saved my final version of the PowerPoint onto the thumb drive for our production team, and then I forgot to save it onto my laptop. So it's time for a surprise, and please pretend like this was a really cool gift, but I saved the wrong version of the file. I don't have internet on my computer, so.
Well, you cursed though, so that was fun.
I did. Thank you. So, we wanted to take just a brief moment to thank Super 7 for the very cool shirts that everyone is wearing. Visited the Super 7 booth. We'll take the moment to do a little plug. So, Super 7 has a delightful booth and off-site pop-up for their global operations shop that is located outside of the convention center. While we're also here, great news, Hasbro Pulse also has an off-site shop where you can get our Transformers and Star Wars convention exclusives, get them in your hands before anyone else. We are also doing kind of an archival activation there to celebrate the Hasbro 100, which I have personally been working very hard on for the last 6 months. So if you'd like to go see it, I wouldn't be upset about it.
Including you're downplaying the fact that there's a vintage Terror drone.
Yeah,
There's-
there is.
So,
It goes out figures from like, what, 35 years ago?
Yeah, it's right from the vault. And Jared even put on the stickers on Terror drone.
yeah, all of the stickers. So on that note, we do know that we have our Crimson Strike 2 Baroness, and then Super 7 actually has their Red Knock Baroness as an ultimate figure. So we thought it would be fun if Mr. Brian Flynn wouldn't mind coming up and we could do a little figure swap and talk about each other's Red Baroness figures.
Never have too many Baroness figures.
Ever.
Baroness from India. She's come all the way across the world. Global domination.
I love that shade of red. That's like, if you're looking for a red lipstick, that is the perfect shade of like cherry red lipstick. So I'm very into that for her. Because I feel like she would absolutely be like, let me have an entire cat suit made out of that shade of red.
You know what, too, in particular with the Opus line, I just get transported in the cartoon.
Yes, absolutely.
Very much so.
So much, dude. And like, she just comes to life. I love the ultimate heads, and of course, you gotta give her those type of glasses because she had no written on. And it's just, she's so cool.
It's fantastic. Love the trapezoidal package too. It's really cool.
Yeah. And ooh, I have some in the back.
The back is really
Yeah.
cool. So the back has like all of the maps on that back. It's kind of hard to like show you guys and talk about because it's kind of our first time seeing
Yes.
it too.
She is available, Brian, correct me if I'm wrong, at the Super 7 booth. Do you still have any of her? She's
Whoa.
at least on display.
We do have some at the booth as well as the pop-up. And it's all about this greater world of G.I. Joe for all of us. G.I. Joe is so many things, there's so many years to so many people. It's such an emotional franchise. Just being able to play in the world with these guys that Hasbro's let us do is truly awesome.
That's fantastic.
Thanks, Brian. ship that is currently on display in the center of the shop, which is enormous and quite pretty. Oh, it's so good.
Cobra.
From that moment, you're watching the new series.
Oh.
This is the meanest ship that's ever existed.
It's a flying saucer Cobra.
The hood of the Cobra.
I don't have, did you see the shirt today? I don't want to leave.
Yep. So good. And then, Brian, while you're here, I figure you may want to do a quick plug for perhaps a G.I.Joe Ultimate Toys.
So obviously, we've been working on Ultimates for a while, and we just launched Wave 5. But it's the big G.I.Joe party at San Diego Comic-Con. We've got everything over to pop up. A lot of people missed out on Wave 4, so we figured we'd open it up since it hadn't fully gone into production. So if anybody did miss Wave 4, you do have an opportunity to jump in. But Wave 5 just went live this week, and there's another Baroness.
You can never have too many Baronesses. I believe we've established that.
Yes, I think that is the baseline of the working.
Awesome. Fabulous. Okay, thank you, Brian. We greatly appreciate you. You're welcome to continue hanging out with us if you'd like, or you're welcome to not. It's not mandatory.
I don't want to be that guy. I'll be hanging out in the corner of the water cooler while you guys do your thing.
I love your sweatshirt, by the way.
The sweatshirt that Brian is wearing is also now available at the Super 7 booth and Cobra Global Operations pop-up shop.
Thank you, Emily.
We're fine toys are sold.
Wherever.
A place where fun.
And great news for those of us on the panel, the Super 17 has graciously also, I have sweatshirts for all of us so that we can wear them on future G.I. Joe fan streams.
That's all.
Thank you, Super 7.
Remember how I said I was going to get a text from Mark, our copywriter? Here it is. Sarah and McLeod, I'm 7 minutes behind in the stream. McLeod stands for Mobile Armored Control Lever for Explosive Ordnance Disposal. Can we please get a round of applause for our copywriter?
How did you not remember that name?
It sure does.
Is it McLeod or McLeod?
Mark is so I like to say that everybody who works at Hasbro is a nerd's nerd. So like we are all nerdy about something else, and we all get really excited about talking about it. So Mark is the one that like, for the His Tank and the Dragonfly, he's the one that does deep dives and speaking in characters' voices and coming up with all of these beautiful scripts and the storytelling. And he works all the reveal copy. He works so hard and brings so much storytelling and like immersive experience to G.I. Joe line that I just want everybody to know that he is a wonderful human being. And
We love you, Mark.
We love you, Mark. All right, perfect. He'll be really pleased with that when he sees it in 7 minutes. All right, so now as a thank you. So great news for those of you who saw this just super fast flash on the screen before I swore at you. We have 2 more digital reveals, and then we'll see if we have any time left to do a question. So first up, bonus digital render reveal. That's right, this is our SMS and
Right.
Technoviper.
Told you she'd be
That is the Techno Viper mold. It is looking really cool. There's a lot of cool stuff going on with it. It's kind of hard to see it, but there's a little orange thing to the side of his right arm. It's actually a readout screen that comes out of his forearm. He has like a little computer screen on his forearm, so he can do schematics on his face and stuff. And it comes out, so he has like this hologram that he's like looking at the skins with. He also comes with all this.
To clarify, it does not actually create a hologram on the face,
not.
right?
No.
No, hologram is imaginary. This is in your imagination.
Oh, yeah.
You have to say that, yeah. Okay, thank you. Please continue.
Yeah, so then it's really cool because on the side of the SMS, there's a panel that pops off and it has the control panel on there. We baked it into it because it's more modern, ground to air missile. They have that, so we baked it in and made it a little more classified that way. It comes with all these pneumatic weapons, which I don't know if they're, this is my first time seeing this slide, by the way, which is more funny. Which they all go into his backpack as well, just like the old school figure did. Super excited about this thing. The rockets, this doesn't do it justice how big the rockets are. They're enormous. They're about 9 inches long each. And they actually are.
They're pocket size.
I'll carry them around.
Yeah.
So then they can go up and down. They can spin, articulate, and then you'll notice the towage that comes out of the front of it. That's articulated so that it can fit onto the HISS tank in a lower position, or fit on other types of vehicles in a higher position.
Maybe the name reveal.
Future.
Interesting.
Nice.
All right, and in the grand spirit of us wanting to leave you with one more thing before we go into our Q&A, just really like you guys.
I do. Can show 'em.
It's
Yes.
all-
Yes.
This thing was so fun to design and kind of reimagine. We worked with a designer named Ken Christensen on the vehicle design, and then we've kind of pushed even further. Both of the machine guns in the back come off. They both have ribbon-fed ammo into them. You can take that off. You can take the machine gun mount off of the back. Fits 2 figures inside very cleanly. The gear shifts can go back and forth. What else? Just rattling things off. The lights on top are removable. You can put them on and take them off. It's got a tow winch on the front, so you can hook it on the things and pull those. It's got a lot of play in it. So we have the model. I wanted to show the model, but it's not time yet. It's really cool.
And Lenny did an excellent job of quote-unquote future-proofing this, so you can expect to see all of your favorite vamp-like things in your future.
And if only there were another event that Hasbro Pulse is doing in a couple of months, that would be the appropriate opportunity to show
Sure
off
would.
some kind of a physical model of this item.
One more detail. I'm like the boring guy, just grabbing details off. The wrench will fit into a tool belt that's on his thigh, and then he also has the helmet as one of our first removable helmets. Well, I guess Trip Wire's the first removable helmet. That'll go on other figures too, so you can put that kind of like jet graphic Silvergate helmet on all sorts of figures. Again, we want to see the kind of customizations. We want to see all the mix and matching parts that you guys do online. So I'm going to stop talking. I'm really excited about this one.
So on that note, I hit the wrong button. Look at me go. All right, so what we are going to do before we go into Q&A is, you know that we always like to take pictures with everybody. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a video panning through the room of people being excited so that we can show people online.
That's
what
right.
They're missing out by not being here. All right, can we get a woo, yo, Joe?
Full fours.
Alright, so it's Q&A time. We have like 7 minutes, which is honestly pretty good for us, right? And then, let's hear
Where's the
questions.
microphone?
You guys know the rules. We can't comment on upcoming figures. We can't, I don't know, ask a question, and if we can't answer it, we'll tell you we can't answer it, and we'll let you ask a different one.
Oh, sure. All right. Limited time. How are you? Travis, click on you.
What's up, Travis?
What up? All right, so.
I like your shirt. You
Thank
did that on
you.
purpose?
Little chuckle. All right, so Dragonfly. Can we have custom decals like Tiger Mouth or, will the rivets have options for decals there?
It comes with a decal sheet.
Did we already know that?
I think we kind of missed showing that in the
You missed showing it.
There's so much stuff.
If you
No,
saw in
we
the
just
render,
straight up didn't mention it. No, it comes with a decal sheet. Congratulations. Now you know how to Dragonfly.
in the renders, you do see the teeth on the dragonfly, so that's a decal, so you can swap that in and out.
That's right.
All right, great.
Done.
No free stuff this year?
No, let's see the number of giveaways we're doing in the booth this year. Let's see.
All right.
Nice show, by the way.
21 pins to collect this year, Travis. Who will get all 21 of them? Sorry, that was a little more aggressive than I anticipated.
More loving and aggressive, you know?
I love these too.
Please, what is your question today?
Are you going to be expanding also into dioramas and places. I'm not asking for anything crazy like the USS flag, but maybe the Terradrome or.
We cannot comment on upcoming figures in the line, but who knows where the future of classified may lead us. But I can promise you, we will 100% never ever do a classified series USS flag.
If we did it to scale with a real aircraft carrier, it would be 80 feet long.
We did the
If we
math.
did it to scale with the flag, it would be 20 feet long.
Or, as we like to call it, a divorce. What's your question?
So I know with COVID, things kind of got stretched out.
Yeah.
Are we working towards a time where reveals and figures being available closer together, like without the giant pre-orders? Like, we're revealing something, it'll be available to ship to you next week. Are we
will
get there
be-
someday?
The intention is that we are continuing to close that gap. So with COVID, you are right, and there were a lot of shipping delays. So we are still playing catch up with those shipping delays. So I believe we will be caught up as of January of 2024. We will be caught up with all of the G.I. Joe delays. Remember when there weren't any G.I. Joe classified figures on shelf for 6 months and everybody was really sad about it? We're still kind of seeing the lingering effects of that, but we will be all caught up by January of 24. What you will see upcoming in this fall is there will be more figures than you would usually expect to see in the fall, because that is where basically everything shifted out to with the shipping delays. So get ready to clear some room on your shelves. But yes, we are working towards a more condensed schedule in the future.
Great, thank you. Love
Thank
it.
you.
Hi,
Hi there.
hello. I'm just wondering what the process of choosing a HasLab is.
Ooh, great question. Would you like me to give a marketing? I'm going to give a marketing answer to this. So, sure will. So, we, at least on the G.I. Joe team, we like to sit down and kind of think about, what are kind of iconic elements of the brand, and what do we think would work well as a HasLab. We kind of have an idea of what the maximum size is that we think would work well on a G.I. Joe item. To us, it's really important that the majority of our items fit on a standard IKEA bookshelf, to really kind of make sure that you will have room for these items in your home. This is not like a coffee table. This is this is something that you can kind of slot into your G.I. Joe collection. We have done HasLabs in the past on other brands that are gigantic and beautiful. The Ghost, currently funding now. Please make sure that you back it. Yeah, let's have some applause for the scholars team. But because we have so many iconic vehicles in the G.I. Joe line, to us it's, what can we really do that people can easily work into their collection? Then we kind of look at what makes the most sense in the stories that we are telling now. And then when looking at that vehicle, what is the story that we can really craft around it? So like his tank had an entire storyline around it that integrated into the product line. That Dragonfly had an entire storyline around it. So what makes the most sense for where we are going next, for what you can expect? And then we do some fan testing, and we make sure that we're not crazy and that other people are really into it too. And then campaign launches, and we are nauseously nervous until it fully funds. Yep, for like 6 months. Thank you for the 5-minute warning. But it's really fun to work on. So
And I think one of the most important things is these in-person events, they're so special because it gives us a chance to meet, talk with you one-on-one, all of you. I look around the room, I see the faces of people that I remember from 15, 16 years ago, and friends. And when you guys come by and talk to us, we really do listen, and we're always listening. So come by and let your voice be heard.
thank you.
You deserve it.
All right, what's your question?
Marketing question.
Yes.
So I look around the room, and the price point and the demographic is over 40. What's the next 1 to 3 year brand strategy to bring a younger audience to keep the brand alive for another 20 years?
That is such a solid question that I can't necessarily disclose in this room, but I can tell you that the intention is to kind of continue killing it on creative, innovative figures that bridge the modern and retro kind of elements of G.I. Joe and bring them together to create a G.I. Joe for our new kind of universe and era. How's that?
And as we think about 6-inch classified as a format, we're really introducing what Lenny and Tony and the entire team back in Rhode Island does is they really are innovating within the 6-inch action figure space. And I believe with my whole heart that there are a bunch of new collectors, kids out there, maybe they're teenagers, that are picking up these things and posting them, taking pictures of them, putting them on their dresser. just like I did with like Robotech figures or Dungeons and Dragons stuff when I was a kid.
Yeah.
Something like it's an unspoken tenet for the brand is play and display.
That's right.
Yeah.
So like they can be displayed, they can be photos can be taken, but my full intention with every G.I. Joe classified is to be played with. And I want kids to have that experience of losing their accessories and finding them the next season in the sandbox. And when we were kids, Real American Hero wasn't classified at that time. So I'm hoping that some kids are doing the same thing. I know my nephew calls them his G.I.Joes. He doesn't want to make them. I just bring them over and I'm like, here's Major Blood, dude. So yeah. Thanks.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it. And then, so that is all the time that we have today. So we really appreciate you. So thank you for hanging out with us.
Thank you, Emily, being the MC of MCs.
Thank you. So just so that you guys know, we are going to be heading back down. We're working on getting some things into the shelf. And then we actually have an extra figure that we did not reveal at the panel today that we are going to be sliding into the shelf. See if you can find.
Got the muzzle.
It's in the
We did
muzzle.
put a muzzle on it. So have to swing by the booth and check them out. So awesome. Thank you guys so much.